Wagwan everybody, it's your boy Mr. H again. Today we will be graphing a very simple quadratic function, and I'm just going to show you the basic steps, and if you follow these steps you can pretty much solve any kind of quadratic equation, no matter if it's complex, not complex, doesn't matter. But this is a very simple one, and like I said, we will, like in the previous videos, we will increase our difficulty as we go on, but for now we'll work with the simple one because it's the first one. So step number one is you find the general shape. So the general shape, okay, general shape. Now, if it's a positive x squared, you know it's going to be a parabola up, or if it's a negative x squared, you know it's going to be a parabola down. So in this case, we have a positive x squared value, so it will be a positive, in the positive x squared, it will be a parabola up. The next part is to find out the x and y coordinates. Now, to find the x coordinates, okay, we put y is equal to 0 because on the x-axis, your value of y is 0. Okay, so here will become 0 is equal to x squared minus 2x minus 8. And here I will just simplify. I use breaking the middle term. You can use the quadratic function if you like. You can use whatever method you prefer, as long as you solve for this value. As long as you solve for the values of x, the two values of x. So in this case, I'm just going to use breaking the middle term. So it'll become x squared minus 4x plus 2x minus 8 is equal to 0. I just moved 0 on the other side, nothing major. Take x common there, plus 2x minus 4. And then I've simplified or factorized it. It is x minus 4 and x plus 2 is equal to 0. All right, and so therefore my values of x is x equal to 4 and x is equal to negative 2. Now these are the values of x, but these are not the coordinates. The coordinates would be 4 comma 0, and it would be negative 2 comma 0. Okay, there's a small difference, but there is, and make sure you write this down for your teacher or professor so they don't mark you off for this. Okay, and now we have to find the y coordinate or the y intersection. So therefore, to find the y coordinate, we need x is equal to 0. So that means y is equal to 0 squared minus 2 into 0 minus 8. Y is equal to negative 8, or it would be 0 comma negative 8. Okay, so now we found this, we found the general shape. Last part is to find the apex, the peak, or the lowest value or the highest value, depending if you have a maxima or a minima. In this case, because I know it's a parabola up, I'm going to be having a minimum value. Okay, to find the minimum value, I use something called completing the square. You can use any other method you like as well, whatever has been taught, but my preferred method is completing the square. So I'm just going to rewrite down the equation, become x squared, so y is equal to x squared minus 2x minus 8. Now how completing the square works is it's just a simple step-by-step process. You start your bracket off, and the only one condition is that the coefficient of x has to be positive 1. Okay, in this case it's already positive 1, so I don't have to do anything. I don't have to take anything common, I don't have to divide anything, everything is all good to go. So you start a bracket, put x, whatever sign is, you put the sign down there as well. Okay, minus, and then whatever the coefficient was for the x with the power of 1, you just divide that by 2. So it becomes 2 over 2. Close the bracket, square. And then you subtract with the square of this term, whatever term you had, no matter if it's 3 over 2, 10 over 2, whatever it is. So in this case, I have 2 over 2, so 2 over 2 whole square minus 8. You can say 2 over 2 is 1 and just skip a step, but just for the sake of showing you guys, that's why I'm writing everything down as it is. So it becomes x minus 1 whole square minus 1 whole square minus 8. Now remember, this negative sign is outside the bracket, so the square will have no interference with it. It becomes x minus 1 square minus 1 minus 8. This will become x minus 1 whole square minus 9. Okay, so now the way you find your apex or your maxima or your minima, so in this case I have a minima, it will be whatever value you have in here with the opposite sign, so positive 1, that's your x, and your value outside the bracket as it is, no, that's a fraction, decimal, does not matter, that would be your y coordinate. So my minima is positive 1, negative 9. Okay, some people like to also use like some other different method. If you have anything, you're good to go. You can use whatever method you like. This is the method I like to use. Okay, so now the last step is just to draw it out. So draw it a bit bigger here. Okay, so we know that our our y intersection was 0, -8, and our x was 4 and 0. So let's just say there's a 4 over here, there's a -2 over here. My y coordinate was -8 and 0, so let's just say that's somewhere over there. And I know that my minima was +1, -9, so let's just say that's somewhere over here. Okay, just a rough drawing. I'm not doing anything too specific. So now all you do is just connect the dots and you open it upwards. That's pretty bad. Don't ignore me, I'm very bad at this drawing, but it's okay. And that's what it will look like. Okay, so now this question can come in a variety of ways. Word problems, it can come in for financial situations, ask you to find the minima, maxima in some trigonometric questions. Most of them require the same 4 steps. I'll just repeat the 4 steps again. First step is the general shape. Number 2 is you find the x and y coordinates. Number 3 is you find your apex or your maxima or your minima. And then after you're done all of that, you have your 4th step is the last and final step, which I did not write, is just to draw it out. Okay, I hope that all made sense. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.